What up, kid?
Good evening, everyone.
What's going on?
And
I got the video playing. I got the video playing on my other screen, so it's 45 seconds behind. So I got an extra 30 seconds or so after it ended for us. I'm enjoying it.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
We can go ahead and mute you though. It's okay, Joe.
Right.
Let you finish eating
dinner. We're sorry that our show interrupted your meal.
Right.
No
I know,
kidding.
right? What is that?
Everyone, we're
unbelievable.
sorry he didn't have enough for everyone. You know the old adage: if you don't make enough for everyone, you shouldn't bring it.
Okay.
True.
So should I tell y'all about my day first, since y'all are
No.
talking about me already? So I can do that.
Perfect.
As long as you don't have to eat. Yes.
Oh, okay. So today I made it to work. I would say close to 12.
11:25.
No.
I'm gonna say like 3:35.
So I left at 11:25, but then my kids wanted Chick-fil-A,
Chick-fil-A.
so I had to go pick them up Chick-fil-A.
You know, Chick-fil-A.
And by the time I made it to work, it was like 11:45,
We'll promote
and
you.
then it was time for lunch. But I did do some work. I actually got quite a bit of work done. And then I raced home. And I was like, I want to try. So I laid out some stuff for pulled pork, but I didn't want to get my smoker out. It was going to be like 6 hours for me to do the smoker. So I was like, I wonder if I could do it in the Instapot. And then I searched on the YouTubes, found somebody that had done it before, and just tried it myself. And it was done about 15 minutes before the show. So that was what I did
That's
today.
dope, dude.
So that's why he's just now eating dinner. Mr. Pibb.
Extra. Or zero. Sorry. Pib zero.
Oh,
So it's no longer Mr. Pibb?
No, it's Mr. Pib zero. Extra.
Oh.
Zero.
right.
Anyway.
But yeah.
So
that's
Joe
how I
threw
do
a
it.
butt in his Instapot.
A pork butt for real. And
Yeah,
just
he
so
likes
y'all
that.
know, it's called the pork butt, but it's actually the shoulder.
It's the shoulder. And if y'all didn't know, never mind. I'm gonna keep
And
that.
just so y'all know, the shoulder's connected to the neck bone.
I do. Listen. How are you?
And Sandy is a pro at
Anita.
pig anatomy. Watch out now.
She is. Every
Watch
time I
it.
see
I
the
am.
intro, I keep thinking I'm going to see all of you in a scary mask.
That's
I need to delete that comment so that we can
Right.
arrange that next time.
so we could scare
Rewind
people.
it. We didn't see what she said.
Yeah, that's right. Josh, hey Josh, night two, man. Welcome to the show.
Hey,
I hope you
Josh.
did tonight, dude. That pulled pork looked banging.
Yes, it was. And I look, my plate is clean, y'all.
I didn't think. Whoa,
My plate is clean.
there was literally like a grip load of food on that right before the show started.
Did you just try to call me fat? I think you just tried to call me fat. That's what I heard.
That's not what I said
He
at
said,
all.
speaking of pigs,
That's what I heard too.
that's what
That's
I heard.
what I heard.
Oh, guys. So you guys have to go watch last night's episode if you haven't seen it yet and tell us what you think because we tried some new things on it that I have been thinking, guys, Joe, Sandy, I don't know how y'all felt, but afterwards I was kind of like, I was really liking the new segments that we did.
We
And-
tried new segments, people.
And thank,
No, no, no.
shout out
We
shout out to
tried
Jason.
segments. We tried segments.
Yeah. Shout out to Jason over Scouts over at Flows for You because we kind of got inspired from them, I guess, in a way. So
Yeah. No, we didn't. We figured it
I
out
was
by
going to say, y'all
ourselves.
don't
Yeah.
have to
No, we
all
didn't.
jump at it once. So
Yeah,
Why
that's
are you
okay.
giving him our creative?
No, we definitely figured it
Juices.
out ourselves. We figured it out ourselves. Yeah.
Josh says, ha ha ha. Thanks. Literally just got home and the notification for this popped up when I sat down at my desk. Josh, what do you do? I know you said you're a photographer and a trainer, a personal trainer. I had a question from that because I wasn't sure if you're a personal trainer, like physical workouts and stuff, or if you train people on photography.
Because Josh, you do look buff.
Right.
Does
On
he
that
really?
picture right there.
That picture right there. You see the cross arms flexing on those
He looks
forearms?
mad.
Wow. Well, no. That's intimidation.
That's serious.
Oh, and he says intimidation. And Mike Fear shows up.
Hi, Mike.
Doing well.
Hey,
Love
Mike
the-
is he's another one of my photography buddies, man.
All right, so I'm gonna say this once every season, real quick, and if our guest is watching, it'll help her or them
Joe,
out
mute him.
too.
Mute him,
So
Joe.
we
Before he runs off
do
our
not
people.
call ourselves a podcast. We call ourselves a show. because you can see us on Facebook.
Oh,
And
oh
YouTube.
yeah. Yeah,
So-
don't say that. It makes his eye twitch. Do you see it? It's like twitching right
He's
here.
got twitchy eye syndrome.
That's fine.
Better watch
Sandy,
out.
how was your day?
Y'all, listen.
What's
My
up?
day was good. I had a whole conversation with somebody on a Bluetooth thing. I'm not even kidding. It was ridiculous.
I saw that.
A Bluetooth thing?
You didn't see
she
it,
was
Joe?
on her iPod or her ear pod, and she's like, "Hey, how are you?" And I'm like, "Good. How are you doing?" And I swear it's this mask that's messing me up. I usually am kind of this slow, but anyway, she was like, she's like, "I'm talking to my cousin," and she points it, and I'm like, "Oh, that's okay. How's your day been?" And then like 2 seconds later, I'm like, "Oh, she's actually was talking on her earphone." She pointed again. I'm like, "Oh, that's embarrassing."
So if y'all didn't remember, it was either from yesterday or Friday night. Sandy said, "When I hear you talk to me, I start forming my opinions and my thoughts already. I don't really wait for you to finish what you're saying." And so that was what we got to, or she got to experience today, and we got to laugh at.
Oh.
And
That's
then I ran my Wonder Woman 5K, and I got this awesome nifty hat and this awesome nifty hoodie that I'm in love with.
Girl, that looks legit.
I know,
That
right?
looks so fly. No kidding.
And I only had to run
that is
3
pretty
miles
cool.
for that.
That hat is awesome, though.
That is 3.10 miles longer than I would have ran.
Oh gosh.
Listen, I run for shirts, for medals, for caps. And then, just a side note, my niece is back in the hospital, but all is good. She just has to start her therapy. So I went up there and spent some time with her.
Awesome.
So
Never mind.
she's
We'll talk
doing
after the
good.
show. Remind me
anyway,
her
how
name
was your
again.
day?
I always forget.
Christabel.
Christabel.
So Christabel, if you're watching us, let us know when you want to come on. We got an extra square over there, and someone is. Oh my gosh. Someone is echoing.
It is not me because I have my headphones on.
Well,
Okay.
I wasn't echoing when I came on.
Um.
Hi,
No,
Sean.
he
Thank
said-
you.
Sorry.
Is it, I think
He
it's
said-
you. You said you had the show on.
Yeah, it's
yeah, but
you.
it's on mute.
Well,
It still can hear you.
Let me see. Maybe it is me.
we'll keep talking. And I still
Yeah,
hear
because then that way you can mute me
Hello.
and see if it's me.
Hello.
Hello.
I
Oh.
still hear the mute.
Hello.
I hear still the echo.
Hello. It's Sandy. It's Sandy echoing. Sorry. Anyhow, Josh said he's just a photographer and photography retouching training. I was previously in IT. See, I really got personal trainer from what you said yesterday, so I was all like, huh. Didn't make sense at first.
Just say you're a personal trainer, Josh, and he'll hire you.
Right,
Yeah.
exactly.
I
Just
I
say
don't know.
that.
I don't know what
Just
kind
say
of training, but yeah. I'm in IT too, Josh, by the way. Dolores says you're the best, Sandy.
Thanks,
Ha, ha,
Mama
ha.
Bear.
that. So, how was your day, Mr. Pineapples?
It was good. It was okay. I got into work really late today.
But did you like, what you gonna do? Fire me?
Yeah.
What you gonna do?
You gonna fire me on my day off?
You gonna fire me before my 2 weeks is up? I'm okay with that.
My kiddo, she was not feeling well. She had a welt, a boil. She got bit by a bug, and instead of it just kind of being like on the arm or whatever, it ended up being like behind her knee, and so
Ooh.
it was rubbing. And so last night she came and she was in tears. And is that what you got too, Joe?
I
It
have
was like
some
a
kind
freaking
of
dog bit you.
allergic reaction to something, and I'm not sure what it is.
Did you rub shrimp on your arm?
I think
it may have
it looked like vampire teeth were like
It
right there,
does.
like
It's
freaking
crazy.
blood sucking demons of the night.
Okay.
So anyhow, yeah, so I got to work late and did some work.
You were on TikTok, weren't
He
you?
did some promos.
I took a page out of Joe's book and was like, yeah, let's go here. But wait a minute. Wait. Talk about something else real fast.
Real fast.
Well,
Yes.
what do you want us to talk
You guys
about?
are so helpful.
So, I got this last night and I thought it would go away by today, but it has not gone away. And
It
so
looks like a shrimp burn.
I think somebody, while I was sleeping, laid some shrimp on me.
I agree.
I don't know if
Shrimp
y'all
on
are,
the Joe.
if you're new to the show, but
Shrimp on the Joe.
I'm allergic to shrimp. And so it was really, I don't know.
So what you see here on Joe, that's all shrimp swelling.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. Down here too. Underneath my
see it?
abs.
Oh, okay.
'Cause
So
I
let me show you
usually have
this.
abs.
All right, y'all can stop now.
Okay.
So, Tim, he texted me tonight, and guess what he finished tonight?
His chair.
His
Yes, Sandy,
chair.
his chair.
Okay.
His fireplace.
Oh, nice.
Oh, nice. Look at Tim.
No kidding, right?
Yeah. I'm not jealous or anything, but he
Right.
can come down
Not
here and
at
fix mine.
all.
Hey, whatever, Tim.
That man
Yeah.
was, jeez.
Show off.
Is that okay?
Whatever.
Yeah, is this why he's not
Did you
been
know
watching the show?
there's a blue line
think
down at the
so.
bottom? So there's that. Gosh.
That is a good looking fireplace. I don't know if it's legit, like, like one of those, like the chimney and everything, or if it's just one of those that has what are those, the LEDs or something, right?
Oh yeah. No.
You know what I'm talking about?
It does look like it is one of those fake ones.
Okay. Still looks dang
It
good
still
and
looks
better than what I
good.
got.
You can
might
still
have-
hang up your stockings there, Tim.
Yeah,
Tim,
that's all
I'm
that
going to have
matters.
to get you to come over to the house because I know that my wife has wanted one for a long time. But anyway, I digress.
Hey Jamie,
Yes, sir.
who do we have on the show today?
Everyone. I have the greatest pleasure to announce who our guest is tonight. And I will tell you, I had to do a sound check with her yesterday, and those things usually take 15, 20 minutes, right? I stayed on the chat window with her for like an hour, and we were talking about so many different things, and it was like, okay, I cannot wait for her to come on. Let me tell you a little bit about what she does, though. She is a published author. She's a freelance writer. She's a keynote speaker. She is an autism mom. So she advocates for autism, and she runs I won't say little, she runs an organization that helps homeless people. I'm not going to go into any further detail because I want her to come in and explain it, but suffice it to say, the woman is bad to the bone, okay? And the reason we got to ask her to come onto the show is because she's a friend of an old guest of ours who we all dearly love, and her name was
AJ the mermaid.
AJ the mermaid.
And the mermaid is not old. So just so y'all know, that's
First season.
not
I'm sorry,
yeah.
first season.
Our
That's
first
what I mean,
season guest.
Season
Yes.
1.
guys. And I'm going to tell you right now, go watch the episode so you can see the type of people that hang around with the mermaid is like Marla and us. So the four of us are actually pretty awesome too.
Yeah, like I'm a merman. Y'all just didn't know it. You
Yeah.
never see below this part here. So
Man, I was a mermaid from birth. These thighs been rubbing together for years.
Hush! Oh, man.
watch out now.
So without further ado, everyone, please help us welcome Marla Bautista.
Yay!
Hey,
Well,
Marla.
Official. I hope that was a standing ovation. Thank you.
It
was.
was.
It was. They were all standing.
We can't stand because we're more people. So
Yes. So please excuse us. How are you doing tonight, Marla?
I am well, thank you. I hope you all are well as well.
We are.
We
I
are.
am. Yes. Okay.
We
It's a good
are now that
consensus.
you are on the show, Marla.
I'm getting there because my food is starting to digest and I'm starting to feel it a little bit. So yes.
I definitely feel some type of way about that.
Right. Yeah. So did you say beginning to swell? Because that's what's going on here.
In about an hour, his nap mode will come on,
Mhm.
Marla, and we'll be okay. Okay.
Yeah. So if you see my eyes glaze over and I'm just like staring blankly, don't just keep going.
Right.
Yes.
Usually it's not you, it's me.
So, Marla, why don't you tell? I'm going to just rearrange these real quick because I want you to have it better on the top for everyone. And we'll balance it out that way. All right. So, Marla, why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself?
Well, I'm Marla. I am an Army wife stationed here at MacDill Air Force Base in Tampa, Florida. I am a mother of 3 beautiful, clever, rambunctious, extra smart, talented, Did I say rambunctious kids?
Just once.
Just
Okay, so there's 3 of them. So one more rambunctious then.
Right.
Just one for each of them.
Yeah.
And I am a fierce advocate for people in need. I am an author, and I recently co-authored a book called Brave Women, Strong Faith, also with my mermaid friend AJ.
Oh, awesome.
Really?
Yes.
Get
We'll
out
have
of
to
here,
put that in the
Marla.
comments.
Yes, make sure to send us the link, or we want to get that out so that people can go out and buy it. I'm gonna definitely buy it.
Yes, please. It's an anthology of military spouses and what our life is like and the challenges that we face and how we overcome them.
Really?
If we
So,
Yes.
Carrie Patton Jackson, just calling your name out real quick, just because Gabs, y'all know
Right.
why. Sorry, I had to do a
Right,
little
right.
promotion there.
She's
right.
way too talented on this show. She's more talented than us put together. So
Marla, can we
we're
tone it down a notch?
we're going to have to like cut
Yeah,
this a little
you're like,
short
here,
here.
yeah.
Right.
Well, if you
So-
heard that Facebook profile that he read, I was like, oh, I've got to live up to that. And he was
Right.
So there seems to be a common theme here, Marla, that we have is we often have people like you who God just showered
Like,
with blessings and just talent on top of talent on top of talent.
and then he
and
did
then-
this for us.
Right.
He put the lid on, and then there's your talent.
There you go, guys. There you go.
That was for us.
He was like, you know what? I'm gonna give y'all a show, and then I'll give y'all all just maybe one thing. That's it.
Right.
So
The gift of gab.
yes.
Right.
yeah.
That's the best gift to have.
Oh, you don't have to say that.
Yes, it's okay.
That's all right.
We
You can tell me
know.
more though. I don't mind it. You can tell me a little bit more.
I love it. I love it.
So, okay, that's excellent. So, thank you for telling us. Now, tell us a little bit about what it is that you do. Why did we bring you on the show specifically for today?
I thought I was a comic relief.
You're doing great at it. You're
She's
doing
taking
great.
my job. She's
There you
taking
go.
my.
You were
I
eating.
thought that's what we talked about. That's what happened.
Surprise!
Right.
Oh
I'm
man.
so sorry, Joe.
I noticed that the things were different, and I didn't get a lot of communication lately.
Wow.
You know, when it's live, we can kind of do however way we want to. So,
Like,
Yeah,
are we going to do like the whole, like, does he have to walk up and everyone gets a rose and then he doesn't?
Oh
That would be
my
good.
it
goodness!
kind of actually works like this, Marla. So, welcome to the show, Marla. Everyone, this is the social and distancing. No, I'm just playing. I'm sorry, Joe. I was just messing with you.
Oh,
Yep.
that's it.
I wasn't crying. It's really dusty in here.
Right.
God. I'm so sorry.
Call your
It's all right.
therapist, Joe.
Oh my goodness! What do I call him? Loser.
You know, you have that coworker that, that new employee that comes into the office and they have no idea they're replacing another employee.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Talking all about all this new stuff and the other employee has no idea what they're talking about.
Right.
And awkward.
Awkward. Very.
Sorry.
That's what this is. Sorry, Joe. Anyway. So you run a project, right?
Yes, so I actually run the Bautista Project, which is a nonprofit organization that provides for homeless community members.
Homeless community members. See, like,
Wow. Wait. Okay, let's unpack this.
Right. So how did you get started? What motivated you to do this?
Okay, so we've got to go all the way back. So, grab
back in the time.
your frothers and your hot chocolate machine. So actually, I was homeless.
Oh,
When I was younger. I actually lost both of my biological parents when I was younger, and I lived in an abusive situation until I was about 18 years old, and I was put out onto the streets.
Oh my goodness.
Marla.
Yeah, and so I
Wow.
slept at shelters. I went to jail because that's a place to sleep also.
Yeah.
They say. I realized that, over time, I used to eat at a local Catholic church, and there were volunteers that would hand out like hygiene kits when we were standing in line to eat lunch, and they would hand out these hygiene kits that had like deodorant and soap and toothbrushes and toothpaste in them. And I said that, you know, if you scratch my back, I'll scratch yours. I said that if I ever overcame that situation, that I would spend my life giving back to people in need.
Wow,
Wow.
Marla.
So that's what I do.
You gave me the chills, Marla. That's awesome. Well,
You know, when Sandy said, or when Joe said, "Let's unpack that," I was not kind of prepared for. I didn't know that, guys. I was trying to
Right.
keep all the information off the table for tonight, and so
Wow.
that's
Kind of a funky story. And so I realized that after being homeless, that my mission was to give back to people in need, but not just to give back to them, but make them feel like they belong. Because they do, they're a part of our community. And that's why we call them homeless community members. They're not homeless people. They're not different from me or you. They're the same. They're homeless community members because they're a part of our community. If you have a homeless community member living within your community, they're being accounted for in your community because they are a part of your community.
right. Wow.
Okay.
Wow.
Yes.
you're
you know
a really good advocate.
And yeah, well, the thing is it could have totally gone the opposite to where, you continued and you didn't, get to where you were volunteering and helping. And so that's awesome that's the path that you took. That's amazing.
Excuse me.
Yeah, thank you. It is something that that was instilled in me from the kindness of other people, and so I instill that in my family. It's also free labor for my children.
Right.
I instill
I dig
giving
that.
back. It's a thing. It's a whole thing. They're volunteers. They're not employees. There's a difference when we're talking about tax purposes.
Right.
Right.
They're the voluntold
They're
crew.
not 1099 employees.
No, they're not. They're like, Mommy, can we have some Robux? I'm like, get to work. So,
Right, exactly.
I'm glad to know that my kid's not the only one asking for that. So
oh,
thank
yeah,
you.
always. It's
Thank
like
you.
chore money is Robux.
Yes.
Roblox. So they need new skins. Whatever that means.
Right.
I'm like, whatever, kid. Just do some work and I'll pay you.
Right.
So how did? Oh, go ahead.
So that's what we do. That's what my family does. My entire family, we give back, and we've been doing it for years.
So I want to ask some other questions, but I want to show. We put the slideshow together. Thanks, Sandy. Of some of the pictures that you sent me last night, Marlon. So we want to show those, and maybe you can kind of tell us a little bit about them, and it'll give us all a chance to meet her family.
Oh, awesome.
Excuse me. Oh, look, that's my sister-in-law.
Hi, sister-in-law.
Oh, I love you, Heather. You're the best sister-in-law ever. I promise. All right, sorry.
I think he's looking for a Christmas gift. So.
Nah. Here we go. All right.
So that is my husband and my daughter. That's my husband, Ulysses, and my daughter, Tylin. And Tylin is a self-proclaimed fashion designer. We learned this on Easter when she cut up her bed sheets to make an outfit for Easter. So now she sews blankets. So that's kind of a thing now in our family.
So she took the blankets and made it into a dress, and now she makes blankets as reparations for taking the sheets and tearing them apart.
Full circle.
It comes full circle. And she's actually really good at it. She's actually helped us sew masks for homeless community members. And now she helps us sew blankets. So I actually have a couple of blankets here to show you guys.
Yeah.
Okay, yes.
Let me get you on the big
Person.
screen.
So here's actually one that my husband did. So here's one of the blankets. It's the front. We don't have the backs done, the flannel done on it. But these are actually military uniforms.
Oh, nice.
What?
These are old school BDUs. If you don't know what these are. And here's a pillow. So the boys stuff the pillows. We don't let the boys near the sewing machine.
Good.
The boys stuff the pillows, but these are actual uniforms. This is not a fabric. This is the actual uniform worn by a soldier. And these blankets, every year we do this as our winter mission, and they're given out to displaced youth. youth community members who are in group homes or foster care settings. They receive these blankets and pillows. And they're called belonging blankets. And so the reason why we do this is because we want them to feel like they belong. So when they get this blanket and this pillow, this is theirs. This is something that no one can take away from them.
Yeah.
And it comes with a story of bravery and courage. The soldiers, some of these uniforms donated are from soldiers who worked in EOD and different types of jobs that are highly dangerous. And so we want to instill.
Eric says those winter BDUs were no joke.
Yeah, they're super awesome and super thick too. But we want to instill that courage and that bravery into that child so that when they grow up, they can take those stories with them versus the stories of being in foster care and the hardships that they had.
Oh, Marla,
tell them those stories. And so the first time we ever did that, we used my husband's uniforms. And my husband, who is possibly watching, I so love you, and please do not be offended. My husband is a geospatial engineer in the Army. And that is I sit at a desk and do things job. And so he is the distributor. And so the story of his uniform is different. It's different from a lot of the other soldiers' uniforms. So he distributes snacks, and he is a good snack distributor in the office. This is not like, he's got the honey buns and the good snacks. So,
hey, they need those distributors all through the military. So there's nothing wrong with that.
That's support.
Straight gangsta.
Yeah, dude.
Straight.
But
are you not getting those special honey buns?
He's got the good honey buns. He goes to Sam's Club and he gets that big case and he's giving them to the soldiers. I mean, you know how it is. Like, you got that good teacher, so he has the good young soldiers that are like, we love that NCO.
Right.
So the funny thing is, one of so Sandy up above you, she her husband was in the military too. He's a vet also.
Oh, awesome.
Yes, 13-year military wife. And so we were just reservists, so we didn't actually have a community like you guys did. I felt like I was the only person here in Lubbock that had a husband that was deployed, so I didn't have the camaraderie as most of the active duty wives do.
Yeah. It is different. My husband actually started in the reserves as well. He was in the reserves for 4 years when we met. And then he went active duty because the paychecks were different.
So my thesis here saying Ulysses Bautista, a sit behind a desk job.
I'm sorry. It was a secret. I'm sorry.
Yeah, when my dad retired from the Air Force, his last post was a pencil pusher position, and I was like, "What do you do?" He's like, "Nothing."
Good question. Well, you know what? He taught you well, Joe. He taught you well.
My husband. Well, his claim to fame is he's top secret, so he can't tell you what he does.
Right? Thank you.
He could tell you, but then he'd have to kill you.
We had an alien. We had a sister show that did aliens recently, so maybe we need to get him on the show and scribble his face out and change his voice.
Oh yeah, that'd be awesome.
That would be pretty cool. So this is us. We were at Veterans Peer to Peer. This is an organization in Watertown, New York, that provides for veterans in need. And we love this organization. And actually, they helped us with our sewing project last year. If you could imagine a whole bunch of older vets with scissors and yeah,
and sewing.
It was interesting.
Yeah, that.
Definitely.
Each piece was unique. It was unique.
It was unique. It was definitely a unique experience. There was a lot of, language, strong verbiage being used.
Colorful.
Like stupid. I can't say that in my house, but I can say it on the show for a minute.
That word for sure.
So Marla, real quick. My daughter comes to me one day and says, "Dad, this past year was their first year in public school," and they're like, "Dad, they say the S word. And I was like, what? And she's like, yes. And I was like, and then I thought for a second, I was like, what's the S word, kiddo? And she goes, I can't say it. It's bad. And I was like, you get a pass. This is your only pass. And she goes, stupid.
Oh my God.
I was like, oh, that's terrible, kid. That's so, I'm so sorry.
That is absolutely a bad word.
Yeah.
Stupid is stupid does.
Ulysses was saying, yep, he started in the reserves. And then it's about the perception of what I do. Martis says, am I saying it right, Martis?
Martis, yeah.
Martis, sorry, I do that anyway. I grew up with Ulysses Bautista. He's a great friend of mine. Okay. I'm telling you, says, shh.
There went your picture out.
You just got caught.
Yeah.
We'll edit that out.
Okay, yeah.
That's a serious thing for kids. When I used to go to Christian school, and I said Elvis had a pelvis. And I thought that, yeah, I thought that your pelvis was, and so
I know. What are you talking about?
I was
Why
like,
is
it
everyone
was
laughing?
a whole big thing, but I got in trouble, and we used to get swatted with the Board of Education, it was called.
Yes.
Nice.
And so I got swatted for that. But I didn't know what a pelvis was until way later on in life, and I would like to file a civil suit.
Right.
Right, exactly.
I would like to go back and swat the person that swatted me.
Right,
Exactly.
All right.
There's the clan. There's the clan.
That beautiful little family.
Look at y'all.
My helpers. So that's my husband, Big Ulysses, and in front of him is Little Ulysses, and next to him is Christian, my extra rambunctious favorite rambunctious kid. And Tylin is my sewer. She is the artist of our family. She creates works of art every single day. She can mold anything from anything, literally.
Wow.
Yeah.
So she looks so small here, but in the picture earlier, she looked a little bit bigger.
She's definitely grown a lot. She's tall. This was just last year in winter.
Wow.
So 1 year in Tampa winter is different than New York winter. Grow more here.
There's something in those fields down over
It
there.
hits different, Marla. It
No.
does.
Tampa.
Well, maybe the
Florida.
cold stunts your growth. I mean, it could be a thing.
It's probably the oranges. It's probably the oranges, right?
That is expensive.
Something. Look,
So do you call him Ulysses Jr. or do you have a nickname for him or?
So we let him tell us what his name is. So Ulysses Jr., he's 10. He has autism. And so we ask him what his name is. So we call him Junior. I'm his mom. I call him whatever comes out of my mouth.
Right.
So it's like, hey, kid, who are you? You right there. Come here. So when the teachers ask the same thing, the teachers say, well, what is his name? And I say, you ask him, because if I tell you the wrong name, you're going to have a bad school year.
Okay.
Let him tell you his name. And so at school, they call him Ulysses Jr.
Okay.
So that's his name at school. But at home, we call him Junior.
Okay.
That is a great looking family picture right there.
Yes,
Okay.
I agree.
They were all behaved. You get that one good shot. Out of the whole reel is like garbage, good. Garbage.
So,
Definitely.
in case you didn't know, Joe down there is a professional photographer.
Oh, awesome.
And he's actually really, really good.
Wow, that's
Wait.
so amazing.
I mean, like, he's stupendously good, like, amazing. I won't tell him that when he's around, but he, like, people, they need, like, he's the best of the best, okay?
That's so awesome.
Hey, what happened?
I mean, he's all right. He's all right. He, you know,
did something happen?
he knows how to take an iPhone and click the button real well,
yeah,
Marla.
I'm really good at that.
Okay.
I heard those iPhones today are photographers themselves.
Let's not do that. Let's not do that.
I think there was a glitch.
Oh,
We're
Let's
not
move
gonna
on to the next photo.
Not gonna do that.
All right, here we go.
Is that what happens? Do you use iPhone?
No.
You're doing great, Marla.
Oh my god. So this is a picture of Ulysses and I with our belonging boxes, which are our signature hygiene kit, which we give to homeless community members everywhere we go. We've done that here in Tampa and in New York, and I actually have one to show you guys what it looks like here. So I have this opposite issue with the camera. I'm so weird. And
We all do. Don't worry, you're not alone in that.
I can't figure this thing out. It's like it's not moving, and I know it's not moving, and the camera's like, I'm AI, I'm not moving. So in it we have a toothbrush, a travel size toothbrush, a lotion, because that would be after the toothbrush.
That's the order.
Oh, okay. There we go.
A comb, a razor. These are the good razors, not for women.
Right.
You know what I mean, Sandy.
I do.
Like
That makes two of y'all.
there's a deodorant here.
Good Lord. Please, my kids need to remember that one.
Oh, no kids remember that. Are you kidding?
Oh, that's shampoo and conditioner. Yes.
So a 2-in-1. And we've got a bar of soap.
Nice.
Nice.
And we've got a washcloth. And the reason why we provide these specific items are so that homeless community members can go into any public restroom and have everything that they need to groom themselves, to take a quick, whatever you call it, bath. Everybody has a different name for it. In the sink, a sink bath.
I've done those.
Yeah. So if
I have a different inappropriate name. Carry on.
okay, yeah, that's what a sink bath, a bird bath. There was another one that someone else told me, but I also think it was inappropriate.
Marty said bird bath.
Yeah.
Do you know Julie Moser?
Yes, Julie owns
she
an
says hi.
organization down in Texas. She owns Pink Warrior Angels of Texas. It's a nonprofit that caters to community members who have had cancer. And so
wow.
it is an awesome organization down in the Fort Hood area. So check it out for sure.
Julie, hit me up in the messenger and we'll get you a time on the show too.
Absolutely. Julie's awesome.
Would love to have you and tell your story too.
Yeah, she's definitely awesome. And so we distribute these boxes to shelters, and we give belonging bags to homeless community members only because we don't want the boxes on the streets. We do try to do our part and keep the world nice. And so that doesn't just mean taking care of homeless community members. It means taking care of our earth too. So yes, Army, you're welcome for us recycling uniforms. Because every time the military changes uniforms, they dump them in the garbage.
Really?
Yes, absolutely. They do. And
You
so
need that
that's
too,
why
My dad did because he was ready to retire.
I see what you mean.
I think if he wanted to burn them, really, whenever he was.
Yeah.
I see what you mean.
and so it's not a sustainable way of life. And these uniforms are not cheap.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
Military life, these uniforms are quite expensive. There's no cashback rewards program. I tried that. There's no exchange program. They just dump them in the trash and burn them. A lot of times they end up in the surplus stores. I don't know I'm sure in Texas they have a lot in the surplus stores. But when we lived in Hawaii, I mean, everybody had on a military uniform. Everybody.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because they were just all over the place. So they end up in the shelters, in the donation bins, in the surplus stores. And so we take them for donation. We will take them and we repurpose them and we give them a new life. And so it helps our earth too.
You know what? So guys, if you're watching this, anyone have any of those or you ever seen any of them, let's get them to Marla just as an exercise. I know I'm gonna search around. If I see them, Marla, I'm gonna be like, I know someone who can use these for a good
I
cause.
was going to call back. Can y'all please stop sending these?
But the thing is, like, if you go through the years, I don't have all the years with me right now, but BDUs were like super early 2000s, like almost 20 years ago, if not before. So they've changed uniforms twice since then already.
Mm-hmm.
Eric,
Eric-
you have
Eric-
more than a few, babe. You have more than a few.
Like, yeah, and then they keep them. They keep them. We're not going to use the other word that starts with an H.
They're in a black box.
Yes,
H.
in the black box, literally.
Literally a black box.
They have an entire show named after this H.
Oh yes.
For
I
people
recently heard about something like this. I don't know why.
watch it.
Sandy, the Sandy show. Anyway, what was I gonna say? Oh, so you remind me. I remember I was telling you. Maybe not you, but anyway, the feminine hygiene products that you collect for the homeless and stuff, and we told you we had a guest on last month. So I found her picture. I just wanted to show, and because
awesome.
I could not remember the name of her little.
Oh, yeah.
I love that.
It's called
I
the Super
love some of
Discreet
those.
Tampon Case.
Is her name Madeline? If you're watching, I want those because
Her name was Madeline Schmidt, and she lives up here in Normal, Illinois. Or she doesn't live up here in Normal, Illinois with me, but she is in Illinois. But she has a little. That's what I was telling you. She has a thing she does every year where she gives nonprofit where she gives feminine hygiene products to. I think it was homeless women, right? Right, guys.
Yeah,
Or
that's
shelter?
what it is.
so awesome.
Okay,
That is
okay.
so super important.
So when you said that, I was like, oh my gosh, there's 2 women we've met now who this is a big, a thing. It's on your radars kind of stuff. So
absolutely.
I'll tag you in that later on so that
Could you
can,
imagine
see
if
her
they
stuff.
all got together? Oh my goodness.
Y'all, y'all were for real Wonder Women. My family, what does my family do? Let me get on to them.
Right, exactly.
Yeah, so she was like that too, Marla. She was she's this 18-year-old girl who was like, we were looking at her like, man, what are we doing,
We felt
guys?
terrible.
We haven't changed anything, but we feel terrible about it.
I'm 25, and I just felt so unaccomplished.
For the 70th time, Marla, okay?
I feel so unaccomplished when she's around.
Wow. Yeah. No, I'm the same.
And you too.
What do you mean you're the same?
I too. And yeah, I've got a lot of friends who are actually 25 who are doing all the things.
She said actually
She said
25.
Yes.
I'm not saying that you're not your years. However you calculate I'm really bad at I'm bad at math. So however you calculate your years, some people do ostrich years,
He
dog.
has Joe years, okay?
Yeah.
And let me tell you, when Moses and he used to kick it back in the stone tablet days, I mean, he was already old, so
I'm
we
feeling
won't go that
very much
far.
attacked right now. Very much attacked.
She
Luckily,
said, whatever
I-
abacus you use to calculate you.
Watch
You're
out,
not using
Sandy.
it correctly.
Don't talk to me about my abacus with your sundial.
That's
No, you can't.
awesome.
All right, here we go.
So that's the box I just showed you.
Okay.
That's what we provide for the homeless community members. That is our belonging box. It's our signature hygiene box. It goes everywhere. It is something that makes them feel like they belong. The products in it are name brand. We want them to feel like we did something special and specific for them. And that's super important. When dealing with adversity, chronic mental health illness, you need to feel like you're supported. You need to feel like you have something that belongs to you. And so this is super important to us because a lot of times when you go to shelters, they hand you, a hotel soap.
I don't know.
And well, yeah. So I know when, shelters, they're kind of an icky place. I don't mean anything bad. I love shelters. They're doing, great things in America. But
But it's like if you can give that little extra, I mean,
yes,
and
all of these items in these boxes are between 97 and 98 cents. Is there a between 97 and 98 cents? I took
97
it.
97 and a half.
There you go.
No, guys, it doesn't work that way.
Oh, it doesn't, guys.
No.
It does on our Abacus kids.
That's right.
I went along with. I'm like, yes, 97 and a half. Yes. I'm like, no. Oh God.
So Marla, can I ask you about the boxes? So how do you fill them? Do people donate to you, or where does this come from for that you fill them?
So at first we were self-funded mission. It was just our family and our family's paycheck, kind of my husband's paycheck, but it was our family's paycheck. It was ours. What's his is mine.
Yeah, what's his is yours, what's yours is yours, and that's how it all worked out.
He understands that though, and he's okay. He loves it. And so with that, we get the donations, and so now we weren't able to sustain this on our own. We were growing. We needed more support. So we started asking our friends and family on Facebook, like, hey, are you guys willing to donate some money or some travel size hygiene products? And my friends were like, sure. They're like, we love what you do. We've seen what you've done and the change that you've made within communities all over the world. So we're in. And so a lot of my friends have donated. But now that we are officially a 501c3 nonprofit, of course, we have our Amazon wish list, and we take in-kind donations, which are products that can be mailed to us. And we also take cash donations via Cash App, Venmo, a check. Someone wrote a check and mailed it to us. And I was like, oh, wow.
You're like, what
Really?
is this vintage item?
What do you do? I was like looking at it, and it was so big.
Speaking of vintage, the way you said that, Sandy, my sister-in-law said millennials can do all that stuff because they don't have bills like we did when we were 25. Hey, half cents work. We pay 0.9 cents at the gas station. Love the kit.
Yes, we do.
What does that mean?
Your boxes.
No. At the gas station, it's $1.79 and 9 cents.
What is that?
Oh, sorry.
That is
the
such a waste of effort.
It's what it is. The oil. Anyway, I'm not gonna. Anyway.
Yeah, that's a whole different conversation.
Hey, Carrie. Carrie, if you don't know yet, this woman is pretty amazing, and so Carrie runs another show, Marla, that we're probably gonna be like, she should have you on their show if there's room. So
Awesome.
Anyhow, the box. Hold on.
So so we take donations. We do. We have an Amazon wish list. We take donations in the form of money, and that's it.
Marla, do you do all the shopping?
So you can do the shopping on Amazon wish list and just have it delivered to us. But we do if we get cash money donations, cash money. Oh, I love
Cash money.
Make it rain.
So if we get that, then we will go shopping. Recently we had a project where we donated clothing and shoes items to a youth detention center here that I visit. And so people donated specifically towards that program. And we went and bought nice white underwear for the guys there, and t-shirts and socks and shower shoes and things like that. This is one of the jail systems that weren't funded by our tax dollars.
Oh,
nice.
Yeah, that's a different conversation.
Not nice. It's not nice.
Yeah, it's not nice, but
No.
it's it's something that we need to do within our community. It takes our community to uplift our community, and
Preach
it's
it.
unfortunate.
Preach it. Sorry.
Yes, so
Sorry.
it's unfortunate when we hear these conversations of, well, where does my tax dollars go? And it's like, well, your tax dollars go to all these different entities. And sometimes by the time it makes it down the pipe, people are getting left out. It's up to us to kind of, pull together as community members and say, you know what, you're a part of our community and you matter. And if you do better, so do we.
I agree with you.
Super
Absolutely
important
agree with you.
to know. If you're a part of our community, that's just like the school system, right? If you have a school system and we're doing standardized testing, if kids are not doing great on their testing, it affects the entire school's grade.
Right.
And so it's the same with our communities. If our community is doing bad and we have these community members in it that aren't able to contribute to our community, we have to do something to help uplift them. We have to get them the mental health care that they need, the housing that they need, the medical care that they need. And in doing so, they can then help themselves. So
yes,
we're just empowering them to help themselves.
Yeah. You know, in my experience, I'm like, I've met with people in those communities. I'm like, they're not. It's not like they want free stuff. Like people, they want to provide for themselves. They want to do. And so, what I appreciate about you, and not so much about me, is that as much as I appreciate those programs, I'm just not good at doing anything with it outside of finding people like yourself and saying, I have money, we'll give more.
And that's
here.
okay too.
You know?
If you're that type of person that there's so many different ways you can give. Yes, you can volunteer within your community. You can donate to nonprofit organizations. You can collect donations yourself. The most needed item for homeless community members. Can you guys guess what that is?
Tennis shoes?
No.
Sandy, go.
I'd say underwear.
No.
I'd say blankets.
No. Socks.
Oh.
I was close.
The most needed item for homeless community members. Why? Because they walk 10 miles per day, an average of 10 miles per day a homeless community member walks. They go to homeless eateries, they go to shelters, they go to medical facilities, and they are walking a lot of this distance on their feet. And so what happens is, we know what happens when we're walking, especially here in Tampa. You step outside, your feet are wet.
Oh yeah, it's so hot.
When you have wet feet, that's slowness.
That's true.
And the same thing.
And it's not like you can go walk barefoot out there. You're
No.
gonna burn your little patas.
Yeah, you're gonna burn your feet. You're gonna step on something you probably shouldn't be stepping on. And so that's even dangerous. But up in the north, it's the same problem. When you have wet feet, now you're getting hypothermia.
Right.
Because your feet are wet. And down here, when you have wet feet, you're getting gout.
Wow.
And so those are really big issues within the homeless community. So I tell people, if you can't do anything, just go through your sock drawer. We all have those socks where we're like,
I needed to hear you say that today.
Not
My
you.
wife said, "Do you think you have enough socks, Jaime?" And I was like, "What are you talking about? I don't have any." And she's like, "You got 2 full baskets right here. Do something with them." And I'm like, "No." But now that you're saying this, now I'm like, okay. All right, guys. Message received. I will donate my good socks to some folks.
Yes. So
Thank you.
So as a woman, Sandy, you can relate. We buy lots of bras, underwear, and socks. We have a thing. We love it when it's on the rack, when it's on the shelf. It's so pretty. It looks good. And then we get it home and it's terrible. It
What was
doesn't
I thinking?
right. Yeah.
What were you thinking?
The socks, like the new socks, I call them the socks for your like high heels. What are they called?
Pantyhose?
No shows.
Yeah, those. They roll down my feet. I cannot stand. I can't even live life.
Those are false advertising.
Oh my God.
False advertising, folks.
Like if you wore those socks and you walk 10 steps, they're rolling down your feet.
They're on your toes.
Beaches.
So annoying. And so I hate to be that person, but I'm like, I have these socks for you.
Right.
You know.
Oh, I got good socks. They don't have holes in them. They don't have holes in them.
Those don't have holes in it either. They're just
okay.
that decision.
They're just terrible socks.
Yeah, bad life
okay.
choices for me. But it is giving. And it's doing
Thanks,
something.
Marcus.
So what you do is you take that grocery bag of socks. If you have Walmart socks or Walmart grocery bags, I collect them for personal reasons. I will not.
You make blankets out of them too?
No.
Okay.
So in my, I don't want to say in my culture, but we use them as trash bags.
Yes.
Oh,
so
yeah,
do I,
yeah.
girl. I was
That's
like,
how
are
we
you
roll.
in a trash bag? That's what I
yeah.
do.
That's how we roll. That's
Yeah.
how we roll.
It's like,
I'm sorry, little trash bag companies. I'm sorry.
I'm
Right, exactly.
I'm
not
not little trash bag companies. I'll use your product that you gave to Walmart to give to me when I didn't want so many of them. But I
Right.
can't stop
But
spending
I'm
money
saying,
there.
like the companies that make the baby trash bags.
I
Yeah.
know, but
We
they're
don't
too small. They
support
never
them.
fit.
They'll
Yeah.
be all right. They'll be
No.
all right.
They don't. You're
What
right.
did I want to say? Okay, look, we're running out of time. Let me just finish these last two slides here, and then get to talking about something else that someone asked in the comments real quick.
Okay.
So real quick, this your
This is my baby Christian. He's
This
5.
is the rambunctious one.
Right.
He helps make sack lunches. This is his favorite thing to do. He helps us make sack lunches for the homeless community members. So we go out twice per month and we provide a meal for them. So we do turkey sandwiches, chips, granola bars, and waters and Gatorades if we have them. But imagine being hungry. And I had a guy a couple of weeks ago. He came out of his house and he was so upset. And he said, "I'm tired of you people feeding them. You're just enabling them to stay homeless." And I said, imagine having an empty stomach and what you're able to do on an empty
You
stomach.
can't. I'm sorry.
Can you
I'm
go
gonna be
get a
quiet.
job on an empty stomach? Like, let me know what you can do, because I can tell you, my
Yeah.
husband can tell you how I am on an empty stomach.
Yeah.
Right.
Right.
Pretty sure it's not nice.
But just the ignorance of that's kind of upsetting because, like, yeah, he stays motivated with your turkey sandwich to stay homeless.
That's not
Right.
ignorance. That guy was a beehole.
Yeah.
I mean, it
Yeah.
was because, but a lot of people feel this way. In
It
America,
drives me nuts that they do though, Marla. Like
it does because
you will do the same thing for a dog on the street. A dog
Right.
will
Yeah.
get better service than a human freaking being.
that's sad, and it's
I'm like, what in the world?
And you know what? We talk about it all the time in our country. And I'm going to put it out there. There is a study done by the United States Department of Housing and Urban Development in 2012, I believe, that said in order to end homelessness in America, it would cost $20 billion.
Wow.
That's
20 billion. I've seen us spend a ton. And I'm gonna calm down. because
So
I
realize,
told you this is. I got to be careful. Marla.
if you realize how much money can we talk to Apple? Apple has $20 billion. Can we talk to any of these organizations? There's over 1 million nonprofits in America. We're collecting more than enough money to end homelessness. Why are we not ending it?
Right.
I could tell you what, but I'm not gonna say it right now.
It's big business in America,
It's business, exactly.
and that's not
You think those nonprofits that want to give money to the homeless kids and everything, you think that they're in it to really get it done?
And that sucks. And I really hope that they have good intentions. But the money that we make goes directly into the streets. We're not paid. Everybody on our board is volunteers. My children are also not paid. They are volunteers. If there's anyone that works for child labor that's watching this, they are volunteers.
They are happy volunteers.
Keep moving. Keep moving.
I'm trying to get it. I can't get it.
So yeah, he makes sandwiches and he puts a
Oh.
little bit of extra love in every one of them.
All right.
Aw.
All right. So
I
that
mean,
was the
how
last
awesome
one.
that you are, teaching them all of these awesome life skills. And so, Marla, do they know your story? Do they know that you were a homeless community member?
So there was an article that recently came out in Military Families Magazine that said homeless spouse now helping the community or whatnot. And my daughter saw it in the magazine and she goes, "Mommy, you were homeless." And I said, "Yes, I was. I was a homeless community member and I needed things once upon a time too. And that's why I really want you guys to help give back to the homeless community, because I want you to know that there are friends." And
Right.
that is something that I instill in my children. They've always been our friends. Before this magazine came out, we hang out with them. We've had Christmas parties at homeless shelters. And I just want to teach my children that the world is good. The world is good. There are some people out there that are not good, but the world is good. And homeless people are our friends. They're no different from you and me.
Yeah.
They're no different. Any of us can fall on hard times at any moment.
Right.
And
So
I would hope that if any of you guys do, or if I do, that someone would help us too.
Right.
I know I need it. I need it
Man,
on my own.
Marla for president.
Right?
Right.
You got my vote, Marla. You got it. So on that note, because we're getting close to our ending time, and I hate that, but my sister-in-law asked, "What's the name for Cash App donations?" But in that vein, we're going to give you a little opportunity here in a little bit to kind of give a shout out to whatever you want. But Ulysses, if you can do me a favor, bub, if you could go into the comments and put all the contact information for how we can help support the Bautista project, any of the Cash App, Venmos, the Facebook page, all that good stuff that I know you already know how to give since your wife is on here hanging out with us. If you could throw that in the comments for us so that we can make sure and get attention to it to all of our viewers tonight, we will make sure to share that, and then we will put a link for the Bautista Project Inc. Facebook page we'll make a post on our site for it too.
Very cool.
With that, do you guys have any last minute questions? I got a few more, but I'm not going to get them all, but we'll do that in the green room kind of thing.
I'm good.
No,
okay.
I think it's awesome.
Anyone out there in the viewers, throw any questions you have down. She can check them out later, tag her. And outside of that, we're going to go ahead and give you some screen time right now, Marla. Okay, so right here.
Hey everyone, it's me, Marla. I'm on the big screen. So what I want to say to you guys is, in America right now, I would really love for us to join together and help redefine patriotism. And what I mean by that is redefining patriotism through acts of service, giving back to people in need. Caring for others is a form of service. You don't have to be a military service member or a first responder to be a patriot in America. To be a patriot in America, you just have to love your country, your countrymen, and you're willing to do what it takes to maintain the positive lifestyle for everyone in your country. And so I ask you today to do that, to be a patriot in our country, by doing kind acts of service for others. And that can be just buying a Starbucks drink for someone behind you, unless they're getting a venti or grand or what is the extra big one. But I mean, I would order the extra big one because I'm that person. If you're buying, I'm ordering. But I want us to get back to a sense of community. And I feel like we've lost that. And I want to embrace all of our community members, because it's so important. I'm a community member. You're a community member. The homeless person on the corner is a community member, and we don't know why he's there, but give him the grace of hearing his story, of just finding out who he is or who she is and where they came from. And if you can help, please do. So here in Tampa, we are in the process of getting a building for our organization.
Wow.
And in Tampa, buildings are super expensive for reasons. I guess it's because it's Tampa. The building is $1 million. And so we're asking, yeah, and that's actually a cheaper building here. So what I'm asking each of my 1 million friends to donate $1. That's it. That's all I got. Change the world.
Awesome.
Be the change you want to see, because that's important. You're a patriot. Thank you to the Walmart employees who stocked the shelves. You are patriots. Thank you to the McDonald's workers. You are patriots. Thank you for what you do. Thank you for your sacrifice, because you are sacrificing.
Right.
At least for my family.
Thank you, Marla.
Happy, so thank you.
I love it. I loved hearing all that. Like, that was encouraging. So if any of you guys are any of those patriots out there, please feel the love right now. Please feel the love.
Feel the
I have
love.
a question.
Yeah.
Can I get on the ballot or no?
Yes, totally. There's still time.
I think it's a little late, actually.
Well, Kanye seems to be getting on the
Right.
ballot lately.
Like, I feel like he can do it. Anyone can do it,
Right, exactly.
Maybe you can then. Maybe you can. So everyone, Listen, Ulysses put his the Cash App and the webpage in the comments. So go take a look at that and start sending some money. Send your dollar or more in tonight. Mati said, I'm going to stop giving it the little accent, but Marty says, I just did my morning show yesterday and the topic was paying it forward.
Oh, awesome.
I support you guys.
I
Aw,
love that.
Marla.
Thank you, Martine.
Not
Thank
us, Sandy.
No.
Oh,
It's okay. It's okay. I got your back.
You guys are awesome. I don't know about the whole Joe situation. I guess you guys are going to figure that after.
Oh no, don't worry. We're not letting him go anywhere. We like to razz him, but he's around for the long haul. Trust us. He'll be here when our great grandbabies are here, so no worries.
Yeah, because I'm way younger than them.
he'll
so
be
it doesn't matter.
26 then.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, Joe's ages are in centuries, not like years. Okay.
Well, if they're doing it in Jesus years, right? It was like you can be.
All right. See, one day is like 100 or 1,000 years.
Yeah.
And 1,000 years is like a day. That's exactly right. You son of a see.
So that's
she
why
knows.
he's 25.
That's why he's 25. It's like 25,000 years old. I get it. All right, Marla, thank you so much for hanging out with us tonight. Thank you. I know we ran a little bit over, but your message was awesome. It was
worth
loud,
it.
clear, and passionate. And so
Thanks so
thank
much,
you for
Marla.
the reminder, okay? Or just thank you for the message.
Thank
Yes.
you,
I'm gonna-
Marla.
We're going to put you in the green room backstage. If you'll hang out there, don't eat all the cookies or
Yeah,
drink all the
and
water.
they're
What
just
kind of
for
water did you
display.
get, Joe?
They're the what's
Here.
Fiji people.
the Fiji water.
Fiji. There you go.
The Fiji water and the cookies are for display only. So
Yeah, don't eat them, okay? All right, Marla, thanks. We'll see you in just a second. Hang out there, okay?
Thank you.
All right, good night.
good night.
All right, everyone.
Man,
I mean,
all of
seriously.
these awesome people that we're bringing on. Really...
All y'all inadequate families y'all got going on.
Yeah. Jet,
That's
what do
about
you do?
sums it right.
Jet, what do you do? Yeah, exactly. That's what I thought.
Yeah. Mine just got home from band, is already sleeping.
Right. Yeah. It's
He said-
crazy.
He was annoying. Rodimus said, Marla, your message of hope is real when you speak. Little goes a long way. Expect my donation.
Oh, Rod.
Way to go, Rodimus.
All right, everyone. Thank y'all so much again for hanging out with us tonight. You know, we really do love you guys. We love you so much for coming back here every night to hang out with us, for bringing your friends, for bringing guests in, for giving us topics and making us have a fun, good time coming and doing this. So I hope y'all have a great night. Come back for tomorrow. Who we hanging out with, Joe?
I
We
don't
have
know.
Toy Beasley on tomorrow.
Thank you, Sandy.
Good
Toy
job,
Beasley.
man. Sandy is on it tonight.
I am.
That is.
Man, you are the bomb, Sandy.
Mhm.
Right over here. Everyone, we love you. We want you to have a great night. And as usual,
Remember to wash your hands.
for at least 20 seconds.
You filthy animals.
Good
Good night, everyone.
everybody.
Arrivederci. Au revoir.
It's the social distancing show. How did you not know? How did you not know? It's the social distancing show. How did you not know? How did you not know? It's the social distancing show. How did you not know? How did you not know? It's the social distancing show. How did you not know? How did you not know?